I'll send that for you.
Perfect. Can you send that down to Eagle Motors as soon as possible, mate? Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode. In this episode we're back on my BMW E93, and guess what? I've got something here that a lot of you guys have been getting into the comments. I've been having a lot of comments of people asking me why are you putting an SC bumper on an M Sport car. I've said it so many times, but I'm going to say it again. We had issues finding that M Sport bumper, but guess what? This package just came to the garage and we're jumping straight back onto the build because I want to get this M Sport bumper onto the car and correct the wrongs that I've done in the past video of putting that SC bumper on this M Sport car. So the car's around the back, that's why we're around the back. Garage is full, so let's head down to the car, get this on the car and show you what the plan is for today. Alright guys, so there you have it. This is a replacement M Sport bumper. It costs an arm and a leg. I don't know why they're so scarce, but it took ages to find this, but here we have it. We got it now, and it came with the bottom grille, the fog lights, and the fog light grills, so I'm happy with that. All I need to do is get it on the car and then transfer the existing grills from the top on the old bumper onto this, and this should be good to go. So with that new bumper unwrapped, guys, it was a simple task of removing 3 screws from the old bumper and getting that bad boy off the car. The reason it's just 3 screws is because I knew this bumper was coming back off the car, so I never fastened it all the way down. With that out of the way, I was able to put on the new M Sport bumper back onto the car where it belongs. It's an M Sport car, so it should have an M Sport bumper, and I just replaced those same 3 screws, bearing in mind that the bumper needs to come back off the car when it comes time for painting. I'm not going to fasten it all the way down. After that, it was just a simple task of removing the old kidney grills. These are held in with just a few clips, so I was able to do that with just my hands. Pop it off the old SC bumper and put it onto the M Sport bumper. They're exactly the same part, so they will fit without an issue. Pop those bad boys in to really complete the front end, and there you have it. I've gone ahead and I've changed my M Sport bumper and I've fitted it onto the M Sport car, and I hope that that has pleased a lot of the guys that was in the comments mentioning that I've put an SC bumper on an M Sport car. That's no longer the case, and I'm happy with that. It looks a treat. Now let's move on to the interior of the car. I've got something else that was broken, that mirror. It's really important to get that swapped out, so let's go check out what came in the package and then we're going to fit it onto the car. So let's move on to the interior. Alright guys, with the front end taken care of, that bumper is looking nice and it's really set off the front end on the car. Have a look at this. If you remember, the rear view mirror was completely snapped off in the accident, so we went ahead and we got a replacement one. And on these models, this mirror is actually electronic. It's got the auto dimming and it's got some other functions and stuff that the car needs to communicate with. And all of these wires, I don't want to cause any more damage, so we're going to unplug this, get this all off, get this on the car, hook it all up and test to see if it's working. So this is a simple task. It's just a matter of removing the old plugs from the old broken mirror and plugging in the new one. And everything was going fine until I realized this. Something is not quite right. Check it out. So guys, we run into a little bit of a problem. This is the broken, well, what's left of the broken mirror on the car. Straight away you can see how skinny this one is in comparison to the replacement one. And I've just had a little look, but I don't know if you can see it, but there's a light sensor on the glass, and it seems like, I don't know if this is from a later model, but this has actually got the sensor built into all of this. And as you can see on that side, it's got 2 plugs coming out, whereas this has got 1 plug going here and 1 plug going to the light sensor, and that section is built onto the windscreen. So I'm going to see if I can figure out something. I don't want to keep going back and forth. It's one of those things. I'm just going to see if I can sort out a way of getting this to fit on, because it's the same technology, it's the same, everything's the same, it's gone about it in a different way. So I'm gonna see if I can get this to fit on to that, but I'm gonna do that later on. I'm gonna pack up everything and hopefully try to get the car in the garage and we can start on some body work. Speaking of which, I wanna show you the plan. Let's go check out the plan for the body work on the car. All right guys, so this is the main section that we need to body work on the car, and as you can see, it's bad, but it's not that bad. I don't think we need to replace the panel. We're just gonna body work that, put some filler, and that should come back good as new. This rear bumper, we had a little chat. It's just got that one cut on it. We should be able to do some plastic welding and get that looking back to normal from the inside, put some body fill on the outside, get that nice and clean. So we're gonna be doing that, and I'm gonna be showing you all of that as well. And then we're just gonna spray the entire side, spray the front end, and get this car looking 110%. Something I just remembered, guys, if you remember in the previous episode, there was a damaged wishbone on the driver's side of this car, so that's one of the things I want to sort out today. So before we get the car inside, let me make a phone call, get that part ordered, and it should be down to the garage in about an hour, hour and a half, and then we can continue with getting that sorted out as well. This is why it's good to have connections and links, and I'm going to call my local parts department. They know me quite well, so we're going to get that part down here in no time.
Good afternoon to you.
Hello there, it's Rob around.
Rob is around, 1 second.
All right.
Hello, can I help you?
Hey Rob, how you getting on?
You're not so bad. Who's that, Mario?
Yeah, man.
You alright?
Yep, got a reg for you. So the reg is Echo Juliet 08,
Yeah.
George Sierra Oscar.
How's the family and the kids and that, alright?
Yeah, family's good, kids are good, everything's good, man. How are you?
How's that motor that you were doing?
It's good, it's done, the Golf is done. I've been driving it.
Oh, good. Right, BMW 3 Series.
Yep, I'm looking for driving side wishbone, and it's not the bendy one, it's the straight one.
The bendy fucker there. We don't want that one.
The bendy fucker, Rob.
One, is it? Lower rear.
Nah, lower front, so it's the front one lower.
No, it is the front, but it says lower front rear.
Yeah, that's the one, the straight one.
Right, yeah. It's aluminium, is it? It's got like a little bush at the end.
Yes, yep.
Right, okay. Right, for you, I can do that. 25 plus the VAT for you.
Perfect. Can you send that down to Eagle Motors as soon as possible, mate? Right, guys, nice and easy like that. So that part should be down to the garage in about 10 minutes, and then we can get the car inside, get everything sorted out. So I'll meet you guys inside. Right, guys, before we can get the car in, we've got to move some cars out of the garage, get this CLA out of here. We're gonna get that other BMW in there, and then I can get the convertible in as well. Guys, check this out. As soon as we cleared the garage, Akil's brother turned up. He's got this bad boy. If you remember this on the channel before, Akil done this paint job. Check it out. It's a matte green, matte army green, isn't it? Yeah. It's got lacquer on there as well, but it's a special lacquer, and it's just a matte finish, and it looks good. We've got my in-house tinter right there. He's putting down some tint, and then we're going to be fitting a LED light bar on the top right there as well. So there's so much work. We've got to finish this, and then I'll get the BM in after this. So with that beast out of the garage, it freed up some space, had a look in with Akil, and then guess what came? Boom, the new part from EU Parts in East London. Just in the nick of time. Happy days. Got the car into the garage, and we can get started with what we need to do. First, I need to get my impact wrench. This bad boy is a lifesaver, especially when removing these nuts and bolts that require high torque. After that, I just grabbed the 17mm socket, because most of these BMW models, they carry the 17mm lug nuts. With that done, that all made it light work to get the car up and get that wheel off, so I can get started with removing the broken part. Alrighty guys, so with the wheel off, we can see exactly what's happening here. That's the replacement part that I bought down there, and if you look right down there somewhere, that's the part that's bent right there, and that would allow this suspension strut to be a bit more straight, and that should give me exactly what I need on this side, and then I can assemble all of this, tighten up all of these bolts, and then get the front end looking nice and neat. So that's the plan. As you can see, it's getting really dark outside, but we're working late. So let's get that old part off and get the new part on. It's the return of Angus.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. How's your foot?
Fine.
Yeah?
Going better. Yeah, guys, I saw all your messages. Thanks for all the wishes, man. Thanks,
Yeah?
Nice one, yeah?
Easy, man. After a quick lunch break, or dinner break as it was so late, I continued with getting that broken part off the car. This is an 18mm socket with an 18mm ratchet on the other side, and I was able to wiggle that screw out of there. Coming down to this side, this was a 22mm socket, and this needed a little bit of persuasion, so I had to jack it up onto a jack stand just to create some pressure. That did the trick, and I got that broken part out of there. And with some gentle encouragement, there comes the old broken wishbone. Right guys, that took a lot longer than expected, but it's off, and I want to show you the difference between the old and the new unit. So check this out. So like I said, it has got a little bit of a bend right there, but this one is really bad. Here, look at the difference in the two. This is the way it should be, and have a look at that. So we're gonna get this one onto the car, and then that should give me a nice sturdy feeling when I'm driving it now, because I could definitely feel that something was bent on it, and here we are. That's our problem, right there. So this literally just goes back in like so, put back in the 2 bolts, and then tighten everything up. So let's blitz through that and get the car back on all 4 wheels. So this part is pretty self-explanatory, doing all of the same tasks that we did just a minute ago in reverse. In goes the 18mm bolt, followed by the 22mm joint at the bottom, and with that, everything's going back together without a hitch. And trust me, it took so long to get everything off. I was happy that this was going back together smoothly. After fastening down the last bolt, it was time to put the wheel back on, get the car back onto all 4 wheels, and hopefully that's it for the suspension damage on this build. There you have it guys, I've repaired my broken part on the car, new part is on, I put the wheel back on and dropped it, and already the wheel looks a lot more straighter to the eye, but I'll know more once I drive it. However, it's a bit late right now, so we can't drive it right now, but I'm still happy with everything that we were able to get done today. Got that new front bumper on, halfway through sorting out the mirror, and we got the suspension sorted out, so everything on the car is coming along nicely, and we've still got a lot more to do. However guys, we are out of time for this episode, so this is where we're going to be ending it. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. And if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please take this opportunity to go down below, press the subscribe button, and make sure that your bells are on, because you don't want to miss when I'm posting on this car again, or any of my future builds. I'm going to stop talking now, because it's been a long old day, I need to get home, so like I always say, keep it moving, and I'll see you in the next one. Guys, thank you for watching the video. Click here to see what YouTube thinks you should watch, or click here to check out this playlist on one of my previous builds. And I'll catch you in the next one. We out.